Yes, guys, what's going on? Welcome to Stretford Paddock. I am Adam McCullough. He is Joe Smith. We're outside Old Trafford to announce that Alex Telles is a Red. We have got a new fullback, ladies and gentlemen. £13.9 million plus bonuses. He signs on a 5-year deal, plus the optional extra one. The United love doing those optional extras, don't they? And he becomes a Manchester United player on deadline day. This has been almost all but confirmed from yesterday. What we were waiting for was his medical and those kind of things to be sorted out, and they have now been done and dusted. Manchester United have been very, very busy in the last couple of days. It's not like we've had months and months and months to do things, but we've been very busy in the last couple of days. I'm here with Joe. We're going to chat about Alex Telles, what he can maybe help us improve with, where he goes in, who does he replace, all those kind of things. But your first reaction, now you hear these words, Alex Telles is a Red.
It's good. We need players. We need a left back. He's a left back. It's good. You can't help but have everything slightly soured and tarnished by we've taken too long. We've just got battered by Tottenham yesterday. You know, we wanted Reguilon. I know that we couldn't make that deal work because it was a bit of a piss take, wasn't it, by Madrid. But it all just feels as though it's like second choice options and waiting too long. And again, we do need a left back, and he's a left back, so that's really good. And assuming, you know, he's up there with one of the top choices for the transfer, then I assume he's a good player. He's one of those players that's been talked about for a long time. You always hear of Alex Telles. He's a big name around Europe, so hopefully he can live up to that.
He's been linked with a few moves as well to Wolves, Manchester City, and I think it's the kind of signing, if one of those teams made it, we'd look back and think, that's a shrewd signing by them. Why weren't we in there? So I think actually getting him for £13.9 million, 27 years old, should have 5 years in him. I don't think it's a bad bit of business, to be totally honest with you. It's the timing of the business, as you say, which is the frustrating thing for Man United fans. And I think it's a good deal. Now, in terms of the goals and an assist that he offers, do you feel that is what we need at that position? What have you made of Luke Shaw? And do you think he comes in ahead of Luke Shaw straight away?
It's definitely something we've lacked. Like, I can't remember the last time we had a fullback on either side, really, that was a genuine threat in the final third. I know Luke Shaw looked a bit like it in a couple of games after lockdown, but again, he's regressed and he looks to be way out of sorts again now. I don't know if it's a confidence thing or... strangely enough, he was one of the players that came out and said, we need to make signings. And then we make a signing and it's in his position. So slightly surprised by that, but obviously that means in his head he thinks this team isn't quite right. He's been affected presumably by the lack of transfer movement up until now, so it does seem as though, you know, if there's someone to be replaced, then Luke Shaw was bad against Tottenham. I know you could name 6, 7, 8 players that were bad against Tottenham, but he was certainly one of them. If we can have a fullback who is competent, and not just competent but pretty, you know, accomplished in the final third, that will add so much to our attack. It will give Rashford a bit more space. It will make the defenders have to change the way they defend against Manchester United, because at the moment you know that Luke Shaw isn't going to overlap, you know that Aaron Wan-Bissaka generally isn't going to overlap, so to have that option on the left where he might come outside, he might come inside.
He might do what, Tia?
He'll come outside, go outside and just do what he
wants. What about inside?
Well, yeah, he might do that as well. But now that the defenders have got another option to worry about, another thing to worry about, and because he's got some real quality there as well, if they dismiss him or they think, oh, you know, you come from Portugal and we don't need to worry about him, he'll punish you. So he's definitely the sort of player we need. It remains to be seen whether he will get the sort of numbers he did in Portugal, which is always going to be difficult.
Well, he took their penalties, didn't they, which kind of skewed his goal number, but he got a lot of assists from that position.
It's still the assists that I'm more impressed with. I think he took some set pieces as well, but we had Luke Shaw taking corners against Tottenham. So, you know, anything goes, I think, at this point. But yeah, if he comes in, gets 5 or 6 assists next season, 2 or 3 goals from that left-back spot, it's an improvement. And obviously, it remains to be seen what he's like defensively. But it's not like, you know, Luke Shaw is better defensively than he is going forward, but he's not Maldini. Like, there's not like he's an elite defender like Aaron Wan-Bissaka is. He's not bad at defending and he's not great going forward. If we've got someone that's not bad at defending but is great going forward, that's a massive improvement.
And I think those games at home as well, we were here at Old Trafford today. I know it wasn't that case against Spurs, but when teams sit back, you know, being able to use those fullbacks to our benefit would be good, because how many times do we see Luke Shaw get to the 18 level with the 18-yard box, cut back or make a sideways pass and not really have that energy to burst on? He seems to have that, and he seems to also have a bit of that spite, you know, that Bruno's come with, that little bit of aggression. And like we say, the last signing we made from the Portuguese league wasn't bad at all. We got a decent record over there in terms of signings. I think the last one that didn't go well really was Marcus Rojo. Obviously, Diogo Dalot's back out on loan now at AC Milan, but I feel like this is a good move for Man United. And like I say, I feel like the signings we've made, Donny van der Beek, Alex Telles, Edinson Cavani, I think when you look at those names, if we would have brought them in a month ago, I think everyone's happy. I think, again, it's the way the business has been done that leaves a sour taste in your mouth. But we will continue, of course, and we will be keeping you up to date with everything that goes on Stretford Paddock. We won't always be out here in the rain, but we will be keeping you up to date with everything that goes on. Are there any final words you want to add on Alex Telles being a Red?
Just, it's good that it's happening. Like I said, it's a bit too late. It leaves a sour taste in the mouth. Hopefully in a couple of months we can look back and say, yes, it was too late, but it was the right move, and hopefully we will.
I hope so as well. I mean, he looks like the kind of player we need. We've grown up on fullbacks like Dennis Irwin, Patrice Evra, talking about fullbacks that take penalties. Dennis Irwin's one of them.
Yeah.
But, we've grown up on fullbacks like that get forward. Even Gary Neville, he wasn't the most naturally gifted fullback in terms of he's going to beat you with a little bit of skill, but he got forward and he used his crossing ability to good effect. And I think, getting... we've seen in modern day football how important fullbacks are. The last couple of champions, when you look at them, when you look at Liverpool and Trent and Robertson, and you look at City and Kyle Walker and whoever else on the left hand side for them when Mendy's injured and all that. But their fullbacks are extra important, and they're more important in the attacking game now.
And as well, the thing with Gary Neville is he wasn't the best crossover ball, but because he overlapped all the time, it would draw a man out. It takes that fullback out, or it takes the winger who's dropped back out, and it would leave more space for Beckham to put the ball in. If you've got Telles overlapping all the time, or underlapping, or cutting inside and making space, that draws a man away. It gives Rashford a bit more space, a bit more of a chance to have a shot on goal, or a chance to play someone through, or space on the edge of the box for someone like Fernandes. So just that attacking threat changes the dynamic going forward completely. So yeah, it's not just about, can he replicate the numbers? Can he change the way we attack and therefore change the way the opposition defends us? And it might just create more chances even if he's not getting direct assists.
What would you rate this signing out of 10 on its own?
If we isolate the signing, take away the fact that it's on deadline day after we've just been smacked by Tottenham, I'd give it a 7 out of 10. It's a position we need. He's 27, so he's a good age. Like you said, he seems to have that bit of steel, that kind of I've been about a bit, I know what I'm doing type confidence to him. So yeah, 7 out of 10, good signing.
I'd give it a 7 out of 10 as well. I think when you look at value for money, and when you look at his age again, I mean, we've got one of the youngest squads in the league, so to bring that age a little bit higher, just get a little bit of experience in there is good as well. It's a position that we need to strengthen in. It gives us depth, it gives us a little bit of competition again. Like we brought in Van der Beek, Cavani gives us depth in the number 9 position. This gives us depth in that left back position. Now, obviously, I don't think it resolves our defensive issues because we're looking at Alex Telles to provide us something going forward.
Yeah.
And I think that's where a lot of our issues do sign. And I think Leia and that probably won't resolve them until we sign a centre half. But I'm happy with this signing. I agree with you. I'll give it a 7 out of 10 as well. And looking forward to seeing Alex Telles in a Manchester United shirt. But guys, let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Alex Telles is now a Red. I have been Adam McCullough. He has been Joe Smith. We have been Stretford Paddock. You got any final words?
Tell us, innit?
Subscribe.